Pain is the common thread of humanity. And yet, very few of us truly know what to say, what to do, or how to be when someone we know is in pain. I was 19 years old when, for the first time in my life, I felt seen, safe, and supported. A mysterious woman at a gas station taught me what it takes to bring light and healing to even the darkest moments of unimaginable pain. I saw her get out of her luxurious car and start walking toward me. I was enveloped in shame. She smiled lovingly as she gently covered my nakedness with a fancy suit jacket. And then she pulled me closer and just held me with motherly tenderness. As I felt her pearl necklace on my cheek and her soft hands caressing the parts of my scalp where my hair used to be, all I could think of was how her beautiful dress was now covered with my blood. I had just escaped violence and violation. So at first it was hard for me to surrender to a love that was so unfamiliar to me. She didn't have to say a word. Her ability to be present in the aftermath of being kidnapped, brutally raped, and almost beaten to death by a stranger. As she embraced me, I was enveloped in love. She left shortly after the paramedics showed up, and sadly, I was re-traumatized at the police station, at the hospital, and eventually in the courtroom. And then in almost every interaction with my own family and friends, I experienced what I call motivational shame. It's when well-meaning people try to fix, eliminate, or ease your pain with assurance, advice, or affirmation, and end up invalidating you instead. They said, "It could have been worse. You're gonna be fine. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, he didn't kill me. Yes, the pregnancy test was negative. Yes, he was going to pay for his crime." But when I heard these positive phrases, I didn't feel cared for. I felt alone. I wanted to disappear because in the midst of pain, motivation can kill and validation can heal. Dr. Peter Levine, the author of several best-selling books on trauma, says that trauma is not what happens to us, but what we hold inside in the absence of an empathetic witness. Now, this might be shocking to you, coming from someone who's known worldwide as the positive mom, but when someone is in pain, we must stop being positive. Instead, we must be present. No matter what the painful experience, hurt, or loss, each of us is able to bless the people in our lives with what I call the ministry of presence. And in my work and my research for over 3 decades, I have learned that there are 3 aspects to being present: silence, safety, and space. I strive to practice these principles when someone I love, lead, or serve is experiencing emotional pain. Hold them and hold your tongue, just like the woman at the gas station. Her loving presence continues to inspire me daily and guides my life and my work with impact center leaders, families, and organizations around the world. Hold them and hold your tongue. That silence and that space are extremely uncomfortable for us, but they can be life-saving for the other person. I always say, save people, save people. And what does safety look like? You're a safe person when you resist that natural urge to ease, fix, or eliminate their pain. It's when you focus on your impact and not on your intent. And when words are necessary, research shows that our impact is most impactful when we validate. A safe person validates by acknowledging and accepting someone's unique experience and allowing them to express every emotion they're feeling. It sounds like it wasn't your fault. I believe you. It's okay to cry. You are not alone. Or, how can I support you? Now, take a second to think of someone who might be struggling. Write or type their name and decide how you're going to minister your presence to them. When you hold them and hold your tongue, they will truly feel seen, safe, and supported in their pain. So I'm going to close with this. You've heard that your words are powerful, but so is your silence, because in silence you can be present, and in that presence is where true love lives. Blessings.